ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Graham Stoney! Probably not going to get any better than that, so yeah, well, you're laughing already, that's good. So I'm just going to mic up here. Oh, that's very loud. It's a little bit too loud.
That's so the people down the back can hear you.
So the people out in the next streets can hear me. Yeah, the people down the back. Thanks for that. Thanks for the encouragement. Out! So welcome to a show about anger. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you for coming out on this Saturday night. So this show is about anger, as you know. So I grew up in a house where anger wasn't handled well. So let me take you back there. And don't get me wrong, Mum lets her anger flow freely, but she rarely uses the actual words, "I am angry." Instead, her anger comes out as hurtful criticism, put-downs and emotional bullying. Dad isn't any better. He bottles up his anger so badly that he often seethes with resentment so loudly that I can hear him muttering to himself when I'm playing in the next room. It's frightening. All it takes is for Mum to walk in and say, "What's wrong with you, you stupid creature?" And bang, the next round of World War III is on again. Now, I've read enough pop psychology to know that my adult emotional responses are just conditioned projections of my inner child's unhealed early life experiences. You better say that again because there's a lot in that. So I've read enough pop psychology. No, that's good. Got to stretch this out to an hour. So I've read enough pop psychology to know that my adult emotional responses are just conditioned projections of my inner child's unhealed early life experiences. So I don't care if you cut me off in traffic, but if you criticise me unjustly, tell me I'm wrong about how I feel, or reject my sensitivity because it makes you uncomfortable about yours, these are the things that make me angry. Yay! Very cool. You'll have more fun if you give me lots of positive feedback and positive energy. But for the people that don't know each other, I'll introduce you because I know pretty much all of you. So these are my friends from the Laughter Club. They've actually paid to come along and laugh.
That's cheap. Did you pay?
Yes, we did.
And these are my friends from college. And they've paid to come along and support because they're very supportive people.
Yes.
So,
For friend Louise.
hi Louise, I'm Brad.
I think college
We all
or
pay.
Laughter Club, but I'm really enjoying the show. So.
Have you been to Connie's Laughter Club?
No, I haven't.
It's great training for one of my gigs.
Paid.
Yeah.
Paid. Well, we all
Listen.
Okay, yeah, they're all that's awesome. These people are great because they're trained to laugh for no reason. So they're the perfect people to have at a comedy gig.
We're trained to heckle.
Yeah, well they want to come on and heckle me.
Around you.
Yeah, being around me is enough to make me laugh. Like I spend half of my week with these people, and they get to laugh at me for no reason. Each of them get to laugh, so you're the perfect combination. Nevertheless, the last story was about childhood trauma, really, and that's not very funny. So I've written a song about it. Okay, well let's see how this goes down then. This is a song about that story, basically. Dad is in the next room, muttering under his breath, seething with the feelings that he keeps unto himself. I can't relax, it's hard to play, I'm not sure how I feel. Living near a powder keg that won't refuse to yield. I wish that you could tell me just what's going through your mind, to spell it out in words so safe I wouldn't have to hide. You make it so much harder when you bottle up inside feelings that I need to hear to know that you're alive. Mum walks in and lights the fuse, the bomb explodes anew. You stupid creature, why can't you just say what's wrong with you? Well, that's the problem right there, Mum, listen to your words. What's wrong with you is not the way to make a man feel heard. I wish that you could tell me just what's going through your minds, to to spell it out in words so safe I wouldn't have to hide. You make it so much harder when you bottle up inside the feelings that I need to hear so we can all survive. It's just more criticism to him from a poisoned tongue. It's on again for young and old, this war is never won. Why is it that you can't see how much you're hurting me, and all the years that it will take in future therapy? I wish that you could tell them what's going through your minds. You spell it out in words so safe I wouldn't have to hide. You make it so much harder when you bottle up inside the feelings that we need to share to know that we're alive. It's nighttime now and I'm in bed, hard to get to sleep. Muffled yelling through the walls, alone myself to keep. There's nowhere here for me to hide, you fight into the night. Why can't you see it makes me feel completely terrified? I wish that I could tell you just what's going through my mind. Spell it out in words so clear no one would have to hide. I make it so much harder when I bottle up inside the feelings that I need to share to keep myself alive. Thank you. Thank you. Your lovely audience. How are you enjoying the show so far, Lisa?
Great.
Fantastic. You just got to text your friends that you're at a great show, right?
I'm enjoying it.
Okay, cool. You're enjoying it? Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So, let's talk a bit. Let's talk. The audience are heckling each other. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So, let's talk a little bit about anger. So, obviously, anger can be a very destructive force, and my take on this is that it's not actually a bad thing. It's just that we're not really taught how to deal with it, and so it often comes out in destructive ways, like passive aggression or hurtful put-downs, criticism, violence, all sorts of, people respond to anger in a lot of destructive ways. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It's really about what you do with it. And one of the things I do when I'm not doing music and my attempts at comedy is I work as a therapist and I help teach people how to overcome anxiety primarily. But what tends to happen is that most of my clients have a big issue with anger because they've never been taught how to express it, or it didn't feel safe to express when they were very young, and so they're still hanging on to that. And so one of the things that I do is I train them how to express their anger through assertiveness so that they can get what they want and they don't have to feel anxious all the time. So, and I was talking to a client, and I explained this to her that she was very anxious and she was angry about a lot of things, but she'd never really said that to anyone before. So I was like the first person that she'd ever told. And she said, well, how do I do this? Like, how do I express this anger that I've got inside? And I was like, all right, well, look, it's pretty complicated, so you might need to get a pen and a bit of paper. And actually, I didn't say that. She was like, I'll get a pen and paper. And I'm like, I don't think you really need a pen and paper. But anyway, she did. And I said, okay, you go like this. I feel angry. You can applaud at that if you want. Yay! She thought that was just like a whole revelation, like, oh my God, I can really do that. So, however, the challenge in doing this is that if we've been trained not to express our emotions, particularly anger, then can have a lot of anxiety about this. And I remember when I first started doing this, when just random strangers would be doing things that annoyed me, and I started trying to stand up for myself and saying, oh, that's not okay, I'm not alright with that. Like, I felt very anxious. And I remember I was in a library once, and I was reading a book, and there was this woman talking quite loudly on a phone, and I was like, oh, it's really irritating me, and old Graham would have just gone, oh well, she's doing what she's doing, just have to suck it up. But I thought, no, I'll go and say to her, look, I'm finding that really distracting. And it was in a library, so I figured I was on reasonably safe ground to say, like, could you mind maybe taking that call outside? I still felt quite anxious, so I went over to her and said, look, excuse me, I'm finding your conversation quite distracting, would you mind taking it outside, please? She was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I had no idea. Like, she had no idea that talking loudly on a phone in a library was going to distract people. So, anyway, so that went really well. And then there's also the challenging times when it doesn't go quite so well. And I was on the train the other day, I was on the way to college, And trains, public transport stories. So, you know how they have those triple seats and they were facing each other and they were the seats that didn't move. Well, people were already in, no one could move them anyway. And I sat down.
You could try.
Yeah, I try and move it with the person in it. Yeah, cool. I like your technique. Yeah, they do like it. See, they're training, how they're training. That's why I invite these people along, right? Yeah, you guys, what are you doing? You're sitting there.
Criticising.
Yeah, your inner critic's going, yeah. Okay, so I'm on the train on the way to college, and I take this seat that it's kind of crowded, but in those 3 seats, like there was one guy here, and there's a guy over here, and he's got his legs like spread eagled. He's man-spreading, and he's in the middle seat, and so of the 6 seats, 5 of them are just completely taken by these 2 guys. The one in the corner's not taking a lot of space, but the one in the middle is like. So I jump in the other seat, and then I'm sitting here like this because his leg's like over here, and I'm thinking, wow, that's really irritating. Like boundary violations. Not very keen on boundary violations. It's on my list. I'll go on to the list. Need to remember the list. If I don't do the list, oh no, it's next on my list. Yeah. So hang on, I haven't got to the list yet. You're jumping ahead. So I'm sitting here.
You got it.
You 2 are. Hey, I'm losing control here. Just a sec. I'm outnumbered. There's 6 of you and only 1 of me.
Are we on the list?
I have to turn the microphone
got
up.
another entry on the list.
I haven't got to the list yet. Thank you for the reminder. I'll get to the
Better
list.
not be on the list.
So I'm sitting on the train.
I want to hear about the boundary violation.
We'll get on to the boundary violation. Thank you, Lisa. Focus back on the focus. So we'll get to the list. So I'm sitting there, and the guy's like this, and I'm like this. So I said to him, and I had my noise cancelling headphones on. I was trying to like screen out all the bullshit in the world. And I said, but this was like his legs are right there, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And he's like sitting forward and spread eagled. So I was like, excuse me. I turned off noise cancelling so I could speak to him. I said, excuse me, would you mind just moving your leg over a little bit, please? And he goes, where am I going to put it? And I'm like, he's like this, and I just went like, kind of just there. Like, I didn't mind if he took up all his space, but he was like totally taking up mine. And so he tells me off basically, he's like, oh, I can't exactly remember what he said. But he was basically like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I can't put it anywhere, you know. So I think I've repressed exactly what he said. Yeah, I was like, what's he trying to... I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not that big. Like, I don't need that much space.
You had an opportunity to be bigger than his brain.
To what? To punch him out. Anyway, so I figured, oh well, you know, you're going to encounter dickheads where you can't really... I wasn't going to like get violent about the fact he wouldn't move his leg. And it was annoying, but I thought, oh well, I'll just noise cancel him out. So I put the noise cancelling back on and tried to pretend he wasn't there, which was hard because I'm like this. Anyway, over the course of the journey, just very gradually and almost imperceptibly, he's moving his leg across. Like, I assume that he's, like most people are reasonable human beings deep down at their core, and he probably realised he had been a bit of a dickhead, but he wasn't going to sort of fess up to it. So he just very, very, almost imperceptibly, by the time we got to Central, his leg was almost completely out of my space. And I was like, yeah. I posted a story about that on my blog, and I got a comment. Someone sent me an email and said, oh man, you are so badass, man. That's just hardcore. That's awesome. She was like, yeah, woo! She was like, if I'd been on that carriage watching that interaction, I'd be thinking, that guy in the corner, he's a badass, man. That's awesome. So, yeah, so that was pretty good. So the list, in preparation for this show, I thought, well, you know, I have a lot of repressed anger, so I was starting to explore the things that make me angry, and so I thought, well, maybe a good way of doing that would be to make a bit of a list in my phone, and then I could use it for therapeutic and comedic purposes later. So I started putting together a short list of all the things that make me angry. So I know you can't see the details, but the list basically, can you see? The list is like,
Oh my goodness,
it
hell of a list.
turns out to be quite extensive.
You have a lot of repressed
Yeah, it's still going.
Hang on, did I just see my name?
I have another friend named Lisa.
I think you need to hang a phone.
Yeah, so
Great.
basically I'm running out of storage
This is
space.
funny.
All right, this is a really long list. It just keeps on going. Oh my god. So what I did in order to make this manageable, because I can't go through all of those, I won't even mention the one about Margot and the one about Colleen.
Oh, thanks, Greg.
Oh.
That's so nice of you.
It's really funny if it's about me. It's on fun.
Yeah, we'll
Are
talk
you
later.
flatmates
So-
or you just go to college together?
Yeah,
We just go to college.
Just go to
Ah,
college.
right. It'd be different if we were flatmates, eh?
Yeah, well,
What
I
would that
just
be
thought
like?
then you'd have more stuff.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a-
yeah.
That's
That's
all.
really, oh yeah, you guys would have lists too. I'd recommend doing this.
Yeah,
It's
we
quite
would,
therapeutic.
wouldn't we?
I'll be on their lists though, no doubt.
Totally on your list. 'Cause
Yeah,
Paul
I don't
Hogan's
have
on
a
my
list.
Paul Hogan.
I can't stand Paul
These are
Hogan.
only things that people have done to me personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I
can't stand
screen
Paul.
out
My.
everything.
Very
Very
Paul Hogan
sensitive.
to that list.
Yeah, a bit too sensitive. It's
Yeah, I
Paul.
think you need to harden up.
I think I do.
Yeah.
All right, what was your name again?
Would I make a good therapist?
Being-
Oh, well, I don't know.
on the list.
Oh, no.
What was
You know
your?
what? I don't care.
I forgot your
Yeah.
name. Julie. Oh, Louise. Louise.
No, you love me.
Louise.
You adore me.
Telling.
I refuse to be
It's a bad tomorrow.
You're not.
It
It is your show, but I
It's true, it is my show. Louise telling me to harden up. Actually, that's under a
I'm angry
category.
about that though.
You don't feel angry.
No, I don't really feel that you're angry about
I'll
that.
feel it later. I'll be lying in bed at night.
Yeah,
Oh, tell me to harden
You
up.
won't forget that name.
Yeah, I tend to. I feel it later.
You'd have a good laugh.
So,
Paul
Um,
Hogan down.
but here, what you guys can do, everyone except Louise, well, you can do it too. Now you can be included. You work out which category that fits in, because I figured I can't read the whole list. So, well, because we'll be here until next week. So you guys do the whole list. It's massive. So what I did was I broke it down into categories, and I figured
Excellent.
I'll just mention the categories.
Okay. Okay. We'll create
And
our
what do
own.
we do?
Okay, go for it.
Well, just ruminate. What you can do is ruminate on things that you identify with, like,
Yeah, go
Oh,
on.
okay.
and particularly you can work out what category what you just did fitted in. So the categories are things like being invalidated, not taking responsibility,
Yeah.
breaches of the social contract. Yeah, and if you relate to this, you can go yeah, like, and I
What do you mean?
can
Rich?
gauge it.
I don't know what the social contract is.
Well, just when people do things that you would not like them to do, that you would have thought that their mother would have told them don't do that.
Like, don't
Oh,
say
like
please.
the guy with the legs.
Yeah, like the manspreading thing. That's a bit of a breach of the social. Because
Please and thank you.
pleases and thank yous. Yes, just being rude to strangers.
Okay,
Those
yeah,
kind of things, I
okay.
guess, would be
Yeah.
breaches of the social
Yeah.
contract.
Is this not using deodorant like that? Oh, yeah.
Or is that a
That's big
different
one.
category?
We're up to category 3 of about 25.
Not
Not using deodorant. Yeah, that's a breach of the social contract. Like you don't go around to strangers and say don't manspread on the plane, on the train. You like use deodorant, say please and thank you. It's just, but
Yeah.
it's a social
Or like
contract
I put them
sneezing,
in the same group.
sneezing in.
without tissues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People
Coughing.
sneeze on
Big
you.
coffee concrete.
Yeah.
Spitting on the concrete. Wow, yeah. Wow, that's a popular one. Okay.
So low.
Breaching the social
You're
contract.
outside.
The bars is really low.
What sort of thing pissed you off? Well, how? I'm not-
We had that discussion the other day. I had to go
Yeah, but
back.
not everybody was privy to. All right, I'll move
Oh,
on.
the RSPCA wouldn't pay me back my money.
For
It was
what?
like $852 and it took them 7 months and 2 weeks and 3 days to give me the money back. What?
Wow.
All right, it's-
Very
Sorry.
angry.
It's getting a bit whingy now. So, moving on. Biting the... Yeah, there's a fine line between expressing anger and
Shut up, I
whinging.
can't participate.
I know. Being told to shut up. Breaches, so biting the hand that feeds, we're back onto the categories now.
Oh,
Being deceitful or dishonest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the one. Yeah, that's
That
not
should
good.
be number 1.
Unfair treatment, that should be number 1, yeah. Unfair treatment, boundary violations. I think the manspreading thing's really a boundary violation, that's why it annoyed me. Yeah. Basic disrespect, parasite behaviour,
What was that one?
parasite behaviour.
Parasite.
Yeah, just like leeching. It's sort of related to biting the hand that feeds, like people that just suck your blood, you know, or suck your energy,
Yeah.
you know, just parasite type people. They tend to complain a lot too, which I feel feels like what I'm doing now. Spoiling, we're back to the list. Spoiling my environment, putting me in danger. Passive aggressive bullshit. That really gets me. Yeah.
Move that up.
This part of the purpose of the show, move that up. That's got to go up. I've got to prioritise these. part of the purpose of the show is to stand that shit out. So like if people just say, look, I'm angry with you,
Yeah.
or be assertive about it, that's much better than this passive aggressive, like the cost silent treatment.
Yes.
Or what are other passive addresses?
Tiring. Oh, just being sarcastic.
Oh,
Dominating.
sarcasm.
Yes.
That's
Yes, Graham. Sarcasm. Yes.
I looked at you because Margot's been on the receiving end of so much of that from me that's just
Sarcasm.
ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, so I think hypocrisy is on my list somewhere way down there too. Yeah,
You should put that up.
push hypocrisy.
Yes, and
Yeah, at
sarcasm.
the top of my list.
Yes.
Sarcasm meant in the absolute most positive way.
You suggesting I should do a list of things that I do that annoy other people?
Yes.
Oh, we might have time for
Well,
that.
there's always Fringe Festival next year. Status lowering. So things that lower my status.
What was the last one?
Status lowering.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's annoying. Wasting my valuable time.
Yes.
Brute stupidity. Spreading misinformation. Self-righteousness. Being made to do things I don't want to. That really annoys me.
That's life.
Yeah, that's life. Yes, you
Graham
can do.
doesn't have children.
Well, funnily enough, I do have a, that's true also. I do have a song about that coming up later. So, dickhead behaviour. Dickhead behaviour is just kind of catch all for everything else.
People in
You could
cars.
just cover it.
People in cars. Yeah. Right.
Anyone in a car just.
Wow, there's so much anger in this room. Not being taken seriously, / being ignored, / being shut down, or being treated dismissively.
Yep.
And the other one, unsolicited advice.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I'm not a big fan of
That's a
that.
big one.
It'll be okay. Everything will be fine.
I was trying to remember where Louise was trying to fit in. Yeah, unsolicited
I'm on
advice.
the great list.
Telling me to harm up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. So basically, yeah, there are a lot of things that really piss me off. And one of the things about dealing with emotions is that we can get intellectual about it. And when we get intellectual about what's going on for us, it avoids actually dealing with feelings. So when I'm working with a client, I'm always bringing them back to like, how do you feel? Like people often want to tell the story because the story is emotionally significant, but there's often a lot of wind in the story, and I always get them to try and focus on how they felt, because that's the only point of the story is to get to the feeling so that you can express that and release it and be free of the trauma and get healed. But I also have feelings when I'm working with a client, and one of my clients was really starting to irritate me because she would tell these long-winded stories and she would get very aggressive, and she was never aggressive to me, but she was just like going around and around, and I'm like, oh my goodness, no wonder this person's life is not working very well, because if she's going out in the world and treating people like this, it's little wonder that they don't respond all that compassionately. It was starting to really irritate me when she'd tell these stories. And we talked about it, and she said, yeah, it annoys her too, like when she's just complaining. So there's a difference between just complaining and actually expressing an emotion, yeah? So I was like, well, what am I going to do with this person, like, because I'm trying to help her and it's just driving me a bit nuts. What was it? Kill her. Okay. Yeah, ethically that's not, therapists are not allowed to do that. But, yeah, okay, I'll leave that one. I can't really go to it. Not until now. Aside the fact she's overseas because I work via Skype, so it's not very practical. Just dial in a box.
They don't judge their clients though. It's not that judging.
Well, it's ideally I try to not be judgmental, but my emotions get involved. So there's always a feeling. I try to let go of the judgmental thoughts about it, but when there's a feeling, and the feeling was irritation, so I was like, well, I've got to do something. Plus, it wasn't helping her, just letting her complain and go round and round in circles, because she would just get more irritated. So I was like, oh, I'm getting some feedback from the audience here on my therapy skills.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
so,
my favourite rubber chicken.
well, let's go to this chicken because this conversation with Colleen's getting a bit awkward. So, so basically I brought in the chicken. I thought, well, I got this rubber chicken. So, I don't know if you're familiar, there's a thing called neuro-linguistic programming, which is a way of thinking and relating to the world and your own thoughts and your emotions and stuff. And one of the things they talk about is called a pattern break. So when you've got a behaviour that's not working well, you bring a pattern break and snap it, and then you can often change your feelings quite quickly by just stopping the thing. So I thought, well, I'll use this as a pattern break. And I said to her, all right, so we need to do something about this whiny complaining because it's not helping you, and it's irritating you, and it's irritating me, and even though you're paying me, I don't want to sit through it. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'll get the chicken out, and then every time you stop expressing feelings and you go into your head and start just going around and around in criticism and judgment and blame and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to go like this to bring it back to how she felt, rather than me constantly going, yeah, but how did you feel about that? How did you feel about that? How did you feel? Sorry, you're smiling. So during the session, whenever she start whining, complaining, I go, and the chicken was remarkably effective. It was a therapeutic intervention to help this particular client get back to her emotions and dealing with processing that. So much so that at the end of the first session where I introduced it, she said, "That's great, where can I get one?"
Oh my god.
And I was like, it's a rubber chicken, like there's no actual magic in the chicken, it's just the way that you use it. So,
No, it's starting to piss me off.
okay, well, see, too much of anything. Yeah, well, you can put that on your list.
Get one for work.
You want one at work?
Yeah.
So for people that annoy you.
I can use that word.
That is a great idea. Well, maybe we can introduce
Take it
this
into every meeting.
more broadly in society. Yeah,
In
cool.
the middle of a meeting.
People are annoying you, just like bring out the chicken. So this next song is the antithesis of everything we do at Laughter Club. Laughter Club's all about positive energy, and this song came to me in a yoga class, and on a day where things weren't going my way. So let's. Hang on, it goes like this. Everything is fucked, and might as well get chucked. My dishwasher is broken, think I'll throw it in the ocean because everything is fucked. I might as well get stuffed. My mum and dad have cancer and there's no such thing as Santa, and the girl I love is dating a drummer named Dave. She's probably a sex slave. Everything is fucked. I'm feeling rather puffed. Some days I feel so tired that I can't get out of bed. The doctors give me blank looks, say it's all just in your head. You think that they were joshing, but then why can't I stop coughing? There is no God, but the guilt and fear remain, and it's pouring rain. I think I made a small mistake somewhere along the line that somehow got all magnified by the passages of time. And while my insecurities are there for all to see, what if my inner critic is actually the real me? Oh, everything is fucked.
Everything is fucked.
Everything is fucked. I might as well get stuffed. I'm giving up on yoga and I panicked in a toga because everything is fucked. Everything gets stuffed. I'm sick of meditation and I need some inspiration, and I'm so damn tired of the voice that's in my head. I'm wishing it was dead. I used to think that I was such a positive, upbeat guy, but now I got this feeling it was all a filthy lie. And if you should expect a happy ending to this song, I break it to you gently, you are dead ass fucking wrong, because everything is fucked. Everything is fucked. Everything is fucked. When the audience sing along to your songs too. These guys both like performed that and were in the music video for the song with me, so they know it quite well. Yeah. And like I'd be walking around college last year when I released that, and I'd hear people singing it in the corridors. And a friend of mine the other day texted me, just sent me a text that just said everything is fine. And I'm like, I don't know what that meant. I don't know what he
Send the
meant.
link of your video.
I did. I replied with a link to the video, and he hasn't contacted me since. So I don't know what the deal with that was. Yeah. So that was an interesting one. Oh, that's something hilarious just came to me, but it's gone now. Music video. Oh yeah. So I released that. That's my first single. It's out there. You can buy it on iTunes. Yeah. It's got everything, and I've sold one copy.
Did you buy it?
You might sell some more.
Sorry, did I?
Did you buy it?
No. One of my clients bought it. One of my clients that was having a particularly bad time. Was very angry.
Circuit breaker chicken.
Yeah, the chicken. No, different one.
Oh.
No, different one. Yeah, I have one more. Yeah. Yeah, a client bought it because he was like very angry and internalising it and stuff.
The guy on the train probably bought it.
Yeah, no. You can't, like, when somebody buys this stuff on iTunes, you can't tell who's bought it. You just get the revenue. It's like when people buy tickets for a show.
They don't say I'm the guy on the train.
No, they don't. You just get a bit of money come through. But I know he was the one because he told me. Sorry?
Is it $1.29?
Yeah, I had that one at $1.29, and Apple take 30%, so you get about 90 cents.
Yay!
It's okay.
I paid hundreds of dollars to get that mastered and mixed and everything. So yeah, well, that's life. That's music industry for you. Speaking about the music industry, this next exciting song came out of one of my classes. Oh, I meant to set a timer so I'd know when I have to stop being angry.
Stop being angry.
Yeah.
It's really fun in the morning.
Squeeze it when it's time.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know how I feel about it.
You need
Like
a
I'm
little
being told
warning
to shut up.
chicken squeeze.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then the end. Bang, bang, bang. Anger's over.
Go for jokes that aren't funny.
You give the chicken.
No, you definitely can't do that. No, these people are here because I laugh at everything. Yeah, invalidation.
We find things that are funny.
Yeah,
It's funny.
these guys are professionals.
It's your turn, Graham.
Yeah, it's my turn. Oh, it's my turn now. It's my turn now to say something in my show. Yeah, cool.
Lightening up.
So this one, so at college we study music theory, and this one came out of a music theory class where the music theory classroom has got like a bunch of desks with keyboards on them, like Yamaha keyboard things. And the idea is that you can play scales and things. And what?
It's innovation.
It's an innovation.
Innovation.
Innovation. I
Keyboard.
don't know what that means.
That's at the brand.
I was correcting you. I'm working on getting on the list.
That's at the brand.
You're wrong. The Yamahas anyway. Where was I? Yeah. Okay. So I got a room full of
Keyboard.
for a room full of
Music
keyboards.
theory class.
That's where we were, Louise.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. So,
I listened.
and what was happening? It's great to have somebody that listens. So I'll just play to you the rest of the show. So, and there were these guys down the back who were guitarists, and they weren't all that interested in keyboard, and they weren't all that interested in music theory, and they were young, and they just wanted to muck around all the time. So they would, and these keyboards have all these extended functions. You can put drum machines on, and you can play different instruments and make them sound like bongos and all that sort of stuff. So all term they were just making noise that was distracting me, and I reckon it was irritating the teacher. The teacher kept telling them to shut up, but they just kept on doing it. So because I was not that good at being assertive back then, I channeled my anger into a passive-aggressive song called Music Theory Class, and I'll play that for you now. Oh. Is someone texting in my show?
No, I'm just looking for the picture of the keyboard that says it's innovation.
Gentlemen in the back row, you have awesome keyboard skills, but your playing is distracting and it makes me want to kill. Doesn't seem to matter how often Mel should ask. You keep on playing songs that are unrelated to the task. So shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, won't you shut the fuck up? I'm asking you nicely to shut the fuck up. Or else I cannot train my ear to hear the major scale, which makes me want to wring your necks and force you to eat kale. I get that this is boring for you as it is for me. So could you please stick to the theory and we'll move more speedily. In other words, shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up. I've asked you before to shut the fuck up. played that to the teacher at the end of one class, because a couple of the other students were also irritated by it, and I played it to them, and they were like, "Oh, you got to play it for Mel." Mel was the name of the teacher. And
No.
yes, you're surprised that Mel is the teacher?
No,
You know.
she inspire a song like that.
Yeah, well, I played it to the other people in the class were like, "Oh, you got to play it to Mel." Not the guys that were mucking up, but some other students were like, "Oh, you got to play it to Mel. You got to play it to Mel." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how she's going to take it." She is sweet. She's very sweet. And so I played it to her. She thought it was hilarious. I think these guys had annoyed her all term as well. So.
Oh, it wasn't about Mel.
No, it wasn't about Mel. It was about the guys in the class. I'm not telling Mel to shut the fuck up.
Please. So the students in the back of the
What?
class.
Yeah.
Everyone's turning on me. Don't.
This is your life. You should
Get that
You know
song.
that.
Your turn, Graham.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of lost focus. I feel like we've kind of lost focus. This show should come with a trigger warning. You never know when the triggers are going to come. Yeah. Are we good?
No,
Do we need to talk?
She's stuck on the keyboard.
Oh, you can participate. Well, it's a show about anger, so I managed to seem to have elicited some from other people in the audience. All right, well, let's get. Look, I just appreciate everybody that's come tonight. Thank you. So this song, you okay? She's not going to say anything.
We need a group
I'm
hug.
going on the list. Yeah, we need a group hug. We'll have a group hug at the
We
end.
have to get
No,
on.
big
I just
silly.
love
Group hug.
these seats.
Okay, so this next song is a complete segue. This was about, I met this girl online, and we started talking, and she seemed interesting, and I seemed interesting, and we got to know each other a little bit, and she got to the point where she said that she didn't want to pursue a relationship with me because of my star sign, and I got angry about being judged for that.
What's that for?
I'm not going to say.
you are good enough. Thank you.
So, but I did write this song, so we'll go with this. When I tell you I'm angry, I don't want to hear all the reasons you think I should fill with good cheer. When I tell you I'm sad, I don't want you to say I should start to plan for a much brighter day. When I tell you I'm scared, I don't want to be fed some don't worry shit, give a cuddle instead. When you tell me you're happy, it seems kind of fake, shallow and empty, and Eckhart's lightweight. You like to pretend you're so fucking enlightened, but deep down I think you're just totally frightened of facing my pain that reminds you of yours. So you pimp crap advice like a 20-buck whore. I failed to mention at the start of the song, she runs a Facebook group with like 400,000 followers where she posts vacuous memes about happiness. So, for fuck's sake, listen, don't give me some bit that you read in a book on the net or some shit. The problem was not your ex-boyfriend's star sign, you lack empathy, you're just cold all the time. For fuck's sake, listen, don't give me some bit that you read in a book on the net or some shit. The problem was not your ex-boyfriend's star sign, you lack empathy, you're just cold all the time. Oh, whoops. You talk about love but don't know how to show it. Your theory's all wrong and you don't even know it. You like to pretend cause astrology said that our star signs don't match when you're fucked in the head. For fuck's sake, listen, don't give me some bit that you read in a book on the net or some shit. The problem is not your ex-boyfriend's star sign, you lack empathy, you're just cold all the time. For fuck's sake, listen, don't give me some bit that you read in a book on the net or some shit. The problem was not your ex-boyfriend's star sign, you lack empathy, you're just cold all the time. You're cold all the time. You're so cold all the time. good. So for bonus points for the music theory students, did you spot what Steve taught us in that song?
I did.
And
I
it was
wasn't
called.
even there.
And it was called.
You changed
Yes.
in the start.
And what was Steve's special?
Chord modulation.
Yes, he called it a particular thing. I'm trying to remember what.
I should know, I wasn't there.
Don't tip us off because we've got no idea.
No.
We don't think you did anything wrong.
No, I didn't do anything wrong. I just it was
extra.
we covered key changes in class on Friday,
Fancy pants.
and
Oh,
our teacher
Chord modulation.
he called it a crescendo modulation. Mind you, that's just his name for it. He comes up with his own names. But it's pretty flash, isn't it? If you're a music theory teacher, you can just come up with your own names about stuff. So, how are we going for time?
I don't know.
You can
9:42.
9:42, okay, good. So, over my holidays from college, the last holidays, I set myself a challenge. Oh, hang on, segue back, preface. One of the things on my list is I don't like being told what to do. And I really get angry when people tell me what to do without me asking. I even get angry when I tell myself to do things that I don't really want to do. So over the last college holidays, I set myself a challenge to write a song every day. And on the very first day, I was irritated that I had to do this. So I ended up writing this song. I can't be bothered writing a song, so this one won't be too long. I'm feeling restless and kind of bored, sticking to just these 4 chords. So maybe I'll switch to a minor key. Going relative is so easy. Gonna make a great impression with a basic diatonic chord progression. 1, 4, 6, 5. Like every pop song since you've been alive. It doesn't get much better than this. I'm sure it's gonna be a hit. I know what you're thinking now. I can read your mind somehow. You wanna dance, you start to shake. It's time to have a little instrumental break. You might be right or you might be wrong. The instrumental break was far too long. I really needed to fill the time when no words came to my mind. And if you think that it's so easy to write a song, it's like 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, you're completely wrong, especially when you can't be bothered writing a song. But before you judge harshly, walk a mile in my shoes, you see. Just don't take my new pair, or my feet will both be bare. I tried to write a love song, I really did. Put my heart and soul right into it, but I just couldn't see it through. So I guess that this damn song will have to do. Well, that didn't go too bad. At least the song didn't make you sad. And since the words were kind of terse, I'm gonna improvise the rest of this verse. Really glad you all came to my show tonight. Would have been empty and that's a sorry sight. With my friends from the Laughter Club and from college, really makes a great show here at the Dive-Bar.
Nothing to the situation.
Yeah! That's just awesome.
Agile.
Agile. That's awesome. So we're going to wrap up the drama now. We're going to have some dramatic. We're going to have some drama. This is going to be exciting. So
By
for
the
this,
way, all the audience participation really
Oh
is
no,
real.
not participate.
great, because I need some volunteers from the audience. So
Lisa's an actor.
Lisa is really good at that.
one of my favourite. These two. One of my favourite angry. One of my favourite scenes from a movie is the courtroom scene from A Few Good Men.
Oh, yeah.
So are you familiar with that? Yeah, you know, you can handle the truth. Yeah, you can handle the truth. Well, let's see if we can handle the truth tonight. So in order to do this, I basically need, there are two minor parts. You don't get to say you can't handle the truth. I do. But to set up the dramatic context for that. So is everyone familiar with the story in the movie?
Yes.
Is anyone not familiar with the
I
story?
haven't seen the movie.
Okay, you haven't seen the movie. Well, I don't want to wreck the ending for you, but how long have you had to see the movie? So,
I've seen it for ages.
alright, so
Just to know that line.
I'll give you the background.
Okay.
So that
Actively avoid it.
I'll give you the back. You're going to love this bit then. So I'll give you the background so that you can understand the context. So what's happened is one of the low-ranking people in the army at Guantanamo Bay military base in Cuba has died, and two other low-ranking people have been charged with his murder. And the judge advocate general type guy, who's played by Tom Cruise, smells a rat. He thinks that something's going on down there, so he goes down to suss it out. And he drags the high-ranking Colonel Jessup up to this courtroom on a very flimsy pretext to try and get the guy to confess that he'd ordered this disciplinary action that had led to this guy's death, right? And because the evidence that he has against him is not likely to stack up, but the judge doesn't know that, right? So his intention, Kathy's intention, is to piss Jessup off, basically, and get him to explode. So who would like to play? And the two roles available are the judge and Kathy. And Kathy is the more complicated role. But so who would like to play Kathy?
I can play one.
You can play one.
Yeah,
Do you want to be Kathy,
sure.
or do you want to be the judge?
We can.
Okay, you can be Kathy. So you read the slightly orange lines, and each judge you only get the one line, but it's a kick-ass line. So can you read that? Is the lighting good enough? Alright, so kicks off with Kathy, I think, gives it a go first. And you want to be a bit aggressive, so give me a bit of angst. Oh, lights, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, cool. So hit me with it.
Yep, you go.
Oh, so the camera's rolling. Camera and action.
So you read.
You just read the orange bit, yeah. This is called a read through in the acting industry. Action.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question.
I think I'm entitled.
You want the truth?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's going to do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know. That Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible, to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth, because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to answer the questions of a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I'd rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to.
Did you order the code red?
I did what did yours?
Did you order the code red?
You goddamn right I did! Woo! Alright. Whew. I feel really riled up now. I really get into it. Thank you. Great acting. Wonderful. Can I have the scripts back? Because I'm going to need them again tomorrow night. I don't know whether I'm going to get... No, actually Saturday night. I have no idea whether the actors I get on Saturday night are going to be as good as you guys. But big round of applause. Congratulations, friends, and congratulations. I'm sorry I've mentioned... Claudia?
Lydia.
Lydia. Wonderful. You make a great judge, Lydia.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Brent, you make it great. Tom Cruise. You're playing the Tom Cruise character. It's pretty well done. Another thing that annoys me a lot is unchecked entitlement. People that feel entitled. Now, I don't have a problem with entitlement if the person has worked hard to get whatever it is that they're feeling entitled to. Excuse me. This stage, by the way, has remnants of peanut butter on it from the previous show. The previous show culminated in, I can't really explain it, but it's the three actors smeared peanut butter all over each other.
That's weird.
It's a Fringe Festival, man. Like, yeah. It's, that sort of stuff goes off, apparently. That won't be happening here. So, unchecked entitlement, and I've got in trouble in the past a little bit for writing songs about specific people. So, yeah, because they tend to find out, particularly when I post a video of the show on the internet. So, what I do now is I write songs about archetypes, like combined characters that I find kind of annoying. So, yeah, one of them is people that feel entitled, and this little song is about that. You're a snotty little private school girl, living at the center of your own world, walking around with your long blonde hair, complaining all the time that life's not fair. It's true, at first I was attracted to you, but now when I see you, I just want to spew, cause they're always doing drama and creating stress. Your whole damn life's just a big sucky mess. You were always asking me for help and support, then you change your mind without any report, driving people crazy with your indecision. No wonder you attracted so much damn derision. You showed up when you wanted, it was totally random. When people didn't help, you'd be throwing a tantrum, blaming other people for not being there for you, while not showing up yourself and saying that's not true. I dodged a bullet when you saw another guy. I felt jealous at the time, now I wonder why. With the body of a woman all sexy and hot, you're used to getting everything you got. You're not used to guys saying no to you. Getting dumped was a shock, it was really quite new. You might look all grown up, but the truth just cannot hide. Deep down you're still just a child inside. Have no insight into your behavior, always looking outside for some kind of savior, while you argue with the people who are trying to help, as you burn your bridge and sabotage yourself. Then later you'll deny that it ever happened, or pretend other people were not impacted. So why should I give a shit, and why should I care? Because, little girl, you're breathing my air. You're a snotty little private school girl, living at the center of your own world, walking around with your long blonde hair, complaining all the time that life's not fair. It's true, at first I was attracted to you, but now when I see you, I just want to spew, cause you're always doing drama and creating stress. Your whole damn life's just a big sucky mess. There's even a reference to A Few Good Men in there. The line, oh, little girl, you're breathing my air. Well, not the little girl, but breathing my air. So, I had a reasonably religious upbringing, and eventually as an adult I decided that most of that was made up, and I felt very angry about it. Like, I was quite militant, really wanted to tell everybody, set everybody straight, and that didn't go down all that well with the rest of my family. It kind of damaged a whole bunch of relationships, so I sort of regret that. And I've chilled a bit about it now, but I did end up partly getting it out of my system by writing this song, which is called Message to My Younger Self. Yeah. Doesn't go like that. Trust yourself. You don't have to listen to somebody else. Trust yourself. Leave those holy books on the shelf. Trust yourself. Think it out with logic and do your best. Trust yourself. Listen to your feelings and you'll know the rest. Life is complex and the rules ain't clear. Those who say they are don't deserve your ear. It's good to get advice from experienced souls, but remember that they're only human just like you. Don't bow down to another man's God. Read a little science, it'll seem quite odd. Forget about trying to be the perfect man. Love yourself every way you can. Trust yourself. You don't have to listen to somebody else. Trust yourself. Leave those holy books on the shelf. Trust yourself. Think it out with logic and do your best. Trust yourself. Listen to your feelings and you'll know the rest. It's fine to experiment and get things wrong. Take a few risks and you'll get along. Don't follow the masses when they all bow down. Carve your own path so you do not drown. It's good to feel anger when your needs aren't met, and guilt when you do things you regret. If mom and dad's religion is built on fear, give it an almighty kick in the rear. Saints and prophets thought they knew best. Back in ancient times, what would you expect? While they had wisdom to impart, sorting truth from fiction is the challenging part. You have one life to live, so give it your all. At times you'll rise and times you'll fall. Don't put off living till the day you die, and never trust a preacher selling pie in the sky. Trust yourself. You don't have to listen to somebody else. Trust yourself. Leave those holy books on the shelf. Trust yourself. Think it out with logic and do your best. Trust yourself. Listen to your feelings and you'll know the rest. Thank you. Now, I don't want to leave everyone in a bad mood after a show about anger. I don't want you walking out and just in a rage down in King's Cross. And as a counterpoint to that, I go to a laughter club on Saturday mornings down in Bondi Pavilion, Bondi Beach Laughter Club. And it's all about positive energy, like it's a complete antithesis of like a show about anger. One of the exercises that we do there, my inner child really loves it. You just go, very good, yay! Very good, yay! So, would you like to join me in doing that? Like, it's really fun and it will add to your enjoyment of this next song. So, 1, 2, 3. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! That's great. One of the women in the group particularly loves going yay, and so when I announced that I was going to write a song, because I posted on Facebook to my friends saying that I was writing a song each day to try and help keep me motivated. And so one of my friends, Lisa, was like, oh, you gotta write a song about yay. So I was like, oh, okay. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. So, now this is where you guys get to do the actions. It makes it a whole lot more fun for everybody, especially for you as the audience. So, you can just do the actions to the very good, yay. You'll notice that the structure of the verses is fairly simple because it's all about positive energy, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. That's awesome. Now, if I can get you to sing along as well, this is just going to totally rock the house, and King's Cross Hotel will never have had such a cool vibe happening down in the, where are we? The dive bar. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. You got it, cool. Let's keep going. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. When you're in, a child wants to play, go very good, yay. You guys are really good. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. This one's going to do really well on the charts. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. This song changed key halfway. Very good, yay. Woo! Alright, you guys rock. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. You're nearly there. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. This song is easy to play. Very good, yay. One last chorus, everybody. Very good, yay. Very good, yay. If you want to have a good day, go very good, yay. Oh, you guys are the best. That's going to be, you'll be hearing that on Triple J. Apparently the ABC is self-destructing, so they'll have to do something. Yeah, did I have comments at Heckles?
Oh, it might get a hit on Play School.
Play School, yeah, Sesame Street. Yeah, well, you know, maybe the Wiggles will pick it up or something, and I'll make $1 million out of that one song. Pretty cool. So how are we feeling at this point in the show about anger? Pretty chilled, speechless. I've left you speechless.
I thought of something that makes me angry.
Tell me, Erica.
Smokers.
Smokers. Okay. Yeah, cool. Smokers or smoking?
Oh, smoking cigarettes. The e-cigarettes are fine.
Okay.
But it's the stinky cigarettes.
Yeah, the stinky cigarettes. Yeah, right. It's helpful sometimes to distinguish between the person and the behaviour. But if you want to just hate smokers, I guess if it's a free country, you want. Are you guys smokers? By any chance? Yeah.
The stinky ones or the green ones?
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, we're all getting on really well here tonight. Managed to fracture the crowd. That's great. There's
You can hide away.
anyway. Yeah, I mean it's the behaviour, right?
Yeah,
it's not the
it's the
person, because well, I'm assuming you're a lovely person, but you've come to a show about anger, so maybe I don't know. You've got a hidden passive aggressive behaviour. That's another one that really bugs the crap out of me. Was that on my master list?
Yeah.
So do you know what passive aggressive behaviour is? Like,
Yeah.
when someone's angry and they're like going to take it out on you in some crap way, rather than actually manning up or womaning up and saying I'm angry, that just really bugs, because it's hard to deal with that, because you can't. It's just I don't like it. But anyway, so I figured that the best way to end a show about anger would be with a love song, so that we end on a happy note. But it's got to be it's an unrequited love song in this case. So this song is about an interaction that I had with a girl in a ticket queue at Melbourne International Comedy Festival last year. And basically what happened was we were standing in a ticket queue and it was moving kind of slow because it was Saturday night, so I thought I would engage her with some witty repartee. And the song pretty much explains how that went down. Pretty girl eating sushi in the line. You and I are gonna get on fine. In my dreams on a Saturday night, if reality would just subside. I smoothly say you came prepared. You respond with the blankest stare. Maybe you're in a real bad mood, or maybe you're a real big prude. Don't want to chat to a stranger in the queue. You'd rather pay to get amused. We could have ended up going steady, or I could settle for hot and heavy. Pretty girl eating sushi in the line, you and I gonna get on fine. In my dreams on a Saturday night, if reality would just subside. While the girls here are so unfriendly, I lie two heads that I can't see. Alone again on a Saturday night, I choke my tears and I swallow my pride. Pretty girl eating sushi in the line, you and I gonna get on fine. In my dreams on a Saturday night, if reality would just subside. Pretty girl eating sushi in the line, you and I gonna get on fine. In my dreams on a Saturday night, if reality would just subside. Thank you for coming. You've been a beautiful audience. Thank you for the back and vocals for that last song. Thank you for the last applause for all the laughing at all the things that weren't funny. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Yeah.